This is Real Dilemma Podcast with Regina and Dorcas.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Real Dilemma Podcast. We are your favorite hosts, Regina and
Dorcas.
See, I was gassed because we're your favorite hosts. Anyway, we move. So, how you guys doing?
Good. Yeah. How are they doing?
How are you guys doing?
Leave a comment.
Yes.
Let us know how you're doing.
How you're doing, guys? How is life? How is life? Like, let's check in on you guys. How's your family? How's your business? Your jobs? Your children?
Yeah, I hope you're balancing it out.
Well, life is just, yeah.
I saw a video of a meme online of something about how people are coping, and then they showed like single people coping fine, and then people who are married with kids
struggling. I'll tell you, we're like the ducks in the water
every single day.
Yeah, guys, it is what it is. It's life, innit?
It is.
We can't dwell on the negative. We just have to keep pushing.
Mm-hmm.
And for the better part of it, life is okay. Life is good.
Yeah. I told myself this year, at the beginning of the year, that I'll stop complaining. Like, if people say, how are you? I'm like, oh, I'm good.
Speak positivity.
Yeah. Instead of saying, because when people ask me, how are you? I'll be like, oh.
Do you believe in the thing, this manifestation thing?
I do.
Do you?
I do. I don't say it.
But you believe
I don't
in
say
it?
positive affirmations, but I don't say negative things either.
Yeah, I say positive affirmations. Not all the time, but I mean, I have one that we say as a family. But besides that, but it's always good to be positive, guys, because always just look back on where you're coming from, and you be thankful. I always say that we're living in our answered prayers. No matter how much you feel like you're not there yet, if you look back on when you were younger, I'm sure you used to say, "Oh my God, one day I want to have a house of my own."
Yeah,
you have a house of your own. You're living on your own. Sometimes you say, "Oh, I want to have a job," even as little as a job. I know how I struggled to get a job when I was younger. And now I have a job, so be thankful.
Be thankful. Any stage you find yourself, really be thankful. And speaking of stage, I think Annie Idibia is at the stage in her life where...
Wow, what a way to just drop that in.
Yeah.
I think what?
I think she's at a stage in her
Wait,
life.
how did we just get into it? It's just like, no introduction or anything, just boom.
Yes, that's what we're here to talk about.
All right, let's go.
She's at that stage in her life where I feel like...
What did you just call her? Sorry.
Sorry, Annie Macaulay. I'm sorry, Annie Macaulay.
Did you see the headies?
So I haven't seen that video yet.
Well, it's trending, guys. I don't know if you've come across it. There's a video trending of Annie, and she was not hosting. She was presenting one of the categories at the headies, right? And the guy introduced her. I was like, "Oh, my name is this, and I'm here with," and then she was like, "Annie Oops." Annie Macaulay, single and able.
Really?
I swear, you need to see that video.
Wow.
The crowd was like, woo! It was lit. Like, I'm really so happy for her.
Gorgeous.
Annie Idibia. Oh, sorry, it's Annie Macaulay. Hey, my single ladies.
Not just because of where she's at, but the fact that people are really showing her love. And I'm so happy that people are showing her love because she needs it. There's always been negative, like, press and things about her.
Yes.
And yeah.
I feel like she feels like she's joking about it now.
Yeah.
That's why she did what she did.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But then again, I feel like she has to understand that it's still sensitive. It's still a delicate. So instead of joking about it, come out and make your money if you need to. But
do you know, there's this lady.
She needs to be cautious.
She needs to be cautious. There's this lady, speaking of what you just said now, there's a lady called Acid Darling. I don't know if you know her or you watch her on YouTube. Acid Darling. And she's a YouTuber in Canada. She's been literally going through, her page is interesting. She goes through every scandal that happens in Nigeria. She gives us all the tea, right? So she was talking about the whole Annie thing, and she was like, she was telling like Annie's management, please, someone send this video to Annie's management. When it comes to PR, let me help you guys do her PR.
Okay.
Now that she's back. And so many things she was saying I was like, yes. So based on what you just said about her being very cautious now, this is a very sensitive time. And that's one thing the lady said. The lady was like, Annie, now that you're out, everything you show yourself, like every press thing that you do, one, it has to be monetized.
Yes.
Because you need to start getting your coins.
Yeah.
Right? And
I don't know if they pay for the headers, but yes.
yeah, probably. I don't know. But like everything you do now should be strategic and monetized. Don't just come out and be doing anyhow on social media. We don't want it. That's why even that video of her and Regina Daniels in the club, all that. Don't be seen like that. Do you get me? You need to package. She needs to package herself now. Like, I don't know if you know May Edoche.
Yes.
You see how she went through her thing and came out rebranded. That's what Annie needs. Annie needs a whole rebrand.
I feel like now she has that blank
page. Oh
like,
my gosh.
Now you can now with your own pen and write what you want.
Literally, even that lady gave so much advice. I wish Annie's team can see it. She was like, this can spin off even on Netflix. You can sell a show to Netflix. Yes. Annie's journey. Yes. Or Annie's this or Annie's you get me? Yes. And like do a whole reality thing about it if you want. Like there's so much opportunities for her right now. And I really wish her team are like on that. Yes. You know, I get the whole petty stuff, but don't do too much of that.
A lot of people I hope she doesn't forget that just recently, a lot of people, she had a lot of backlash. The internet seemed like it was completely
They're still watching her. They're even still watching her.
The internet was completely against Annie until Two-Face introduced Natasha
Annie Idibia.
So it was when people saw the new wife that they were like, nah, we stand with Annie.
Exactly, because it's like Two-Face, what are you doing?
Before the lady came up, people were like, Annie this, Annie
yes, true.
On this, on that. Like people were on her, and now people are now on your side. Don't make it go left.
Don't let it go left, please.
You have to be really cautious. She has to really be cautious. Yeah. When I saw her slow-mo video for the headies.
The one for the headies. I didn't see that one.
I was like, this is that back.
I don't know which one.
I'm back.
Mali.
I was like, oh, this is good. It looked really good.
Yeah.
And then
she's doing this whole trip to thing. Have you seen that? You've really not been on the internet. You really. So she came. So when after the whole I'm back thing, she came out with this like not journey with Annie, but she's going to Qatar, I think Singapore.
Also like
a trip with so people. It's like a retreat. Okay. She's doing, and like they're paying, there's like packages like 1 million, this 7 million. So they're gonna document it and everything. But I don't know how the documentation is gonna be. So literally when that came out, that lady that was covering her story was like, this is what I'm talking about. Now let's package it properly. Yeah. Like this whole thing. Like people are actually buying tickets, like people are buying tickets to travel with her. Oh wow! Yeah, like it's a sponsored thing. Okay, so they're some I don't know where, but it's online.
Maybe like a travel agency or something.
Yeah, they're sponsoring her to travel like a wellness retreat. That's what it is. Okay. So a lot of people are buying tickets to go with her, fly to this place, like meet and greet with her, Annie. You know, all those sort of packages, and I feel that's really, really good.
I think it is. I think she needs it.
Oh, she needs it. But I really, there's a comment I saw when she made that.
We are back. So we're talking about Annie and.
Yes, guys. Sorry about that. We had to technical things. We had to switch SD cards because memory was full. So I don't know where we stopped. We were talking about Annie and rebranding. Yeah. Oh no, I remember. Sorry, we're saying that the comment I saw.
Okay, yeah, the comment.
So yeah, the person said, "Oh, this is a healed woman," and I just gave like the biggest side eye. Like, what do you mean? Because she made a joke, it doesn't mean she's healed. I mean, if she's, thank God, but I still feel like
I think it would be difficult for her to just heal like that.
Like that. Some people say because the time she was at rehab. That she might have spent time working on herself, but it's still not. How many years of relationship?
I think it would always be a continuous process, especially because they have kids together.
Yes.
And then you're constantly seeing things online about.
It's just the beginning.
About his new partner. She went to Benue recently to do some sort of, I don't know if that's
traditional rites. Yeah, I think there's allegedly. Like Uncle Two-Face said, allegedly they're doing like traditional wedding.
That looked very odd.
It was just it's giving shrine vibes.
It looked very odd.
It looked weird. Her looks, she was wearing polo.
She wore polo, she tied the Doma wrapper, and then she had...
Isn't that your people?
Isn't my people? But that's not how...
No, but she's strange. She's actually strange. Who am I to talk on her? But
no, but she does... You know what? The first... I think it's easy for people to say she looks strange, because the first video I saw of her, she looked different. Second video,
no, a lot of people are saying she's the real Two-Face.
She looked different. So just because people are not vibing with her now, everybody's on Annie's side. So Annie really needs to be very careful. Very, very careful.
Another spin-off that the lady said that I'm talking about her a lot, but the lady said that Annie should do like a sit down with me, May Edoche, yeah, to do like, because obviously she's just been through something similar, like to do like a podcast or something, or to get on a podcast and talk the truth. Oh, it'll be crazy.
I don't want Annie going to something with Chud. You know that Chud. Don't go and give Chud money and go and sit with Chud, because now Chud does this subscription thing.
Do you know what? I'm not a big fan of his videos. I like it, but sometimes he doesn't hit the nail on the head with the questions that he asks.
Yeah, it gets that way when you have personal relationship with this people.
Okay, I guess
he has.
Like there's some questions that you'd expect him. Like I don't know if you saw the Mohbad's wife interview. There's certain questions that I expected him to ask, but he wasn't asking it. But
he doesn't put all his videos on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So to see full videos, you have to subscribe to his platform. And
okay, maybe that is it.
But monetizing.
I'm not that much of a fan to subscribe.
If Annie's going to do anything, do it on your own terms, your own platform where you can control your money.
Yes,
not on someone's YouTube
you need to start building yourself back, brand deals, movies, get back into the movie scene. Like you were Annie Macaulay, like you were that girl.
Yeah, she was. Before
African Queen, and then you became African Queen.
She was.
Yeah.
It's sad. Right now, it's sad for Natasha.
Why?
Because now everybody's against her.
She doesn't care. Do you think she cares? That girl don't look like she gives two spoons about any of us right now. She is. Yes, it will. But right now, she's riding the waves of the publicity, the everything. Like
Nigerians online can be very toxic. At some point, it will get to her.
And if it does, it is what it is. She knows what she signed up for. I'm not even gonna feel sorry for her.
Man, it's difficult being in the limelight,
Yeah.
Imagine we get to that point now that we're very much out there.
And then
guys,
subscribe so that we can. No, I don't want to get to that level. To be fair,
I don't like. They say every publicity is good publicity, but it's tricky. It's quite tricky.
It's tricky, yeah. It's tricky. So anyway, anything new? Anything good? What's going on with you?
Nothing much other than work, and I'm blessed.
Oh, positive stance.
I'm blessed.
That's good.
I'm blessed. I'm living in my answered prayers.
You know that I'm going to touch on something that we've spoken about before. Guys, don't get sick of us talking about like marriages and friendships and stuff. But I wanted to touch on it, and I'm still going to touch on it.
Yeah.
So on the last episode, we were talking about the whole marriage thing. And there's a point that I forgot to make on that episode. And I thought, we've got the mic, so we might as well talk. So I was thinking about it. I was having a shower. And the thought, when you're having a shower or you're doing a number two, like you have the weirdest thoughts, right, that come to you.
You're alone with your thoughts.
Right. So it came to me, I was just thinking about like, the time when we got married very early. And I was looking at like what were pros and cons of that time, of getting married that young rather. And I was like looking back and forth, okay. And there was one thing that stuck out to me that I was like, maybe if I had not gotten married that early, I might have. So
you might have what?
Like figured that part of myself out before. Because a lot of the things that we're figuring out about ourselves is now in marriage. True. And it's not always the best result or way to approach things because we don't know how to handle it. So we might handle certain situations in a different way that we would have if we had spent more time with ourselves. And that's what I was thinking about. So I was thinking about so as a woman, like for me, there's certain things that when I look at some young girls these days, and I'm like, they're very put together. They're very put together. I don't know. This is me just thinking with my head and talking at the same time. So they're put together in like the way they like things to be done, like the way they are. Like if you see a young girl, like a 22-year-old or 23-year-old now, especially those in Nigeria, the ones that are grinding, they have a place of their own. You know, they have their own space. They live alone. So a lot of them know sort of things that they would take and they won't take when they now move into a man's house. So I think this stems from something that happened with me and my husband, and I was like, he's the type of person that he's very, like, he would leave something here, don't touch it. Like, I left it here for a purpose. I know when I'm looking for it, I will find it there. Yeah. But I'm the type of person, I can be very scattered. Mm-hmm. Do you get me? So imagine a scattered person. A scattered person living with someone that is very, you know, and it's like, I didn't know I was scattered until like I became more of an adult. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? But I feel like if I had been single for a longer time, like maybe had my own space, you know how I did my own thing, when I now come together with a man, it would have been a thing where this is who I am, this is how I am. But do you understand where I'm coming from? I get what you're saying. So like this is how I am, this is how I do things, you know, this is me. And then he would say this is me, and then we sort of figure out things. But whereas how we got married being very young, there was none of that. So it's a married that I'm figuring out. So I was just thinking, and I was just like, could there have been a different outcome? Like all these little, so there's some petty fights or petty arguments that it's like, could it have been avoided?
Of course, I think there's an advantage to that, knowing who you are before you get married.
Right.
And in what you said, knowing who you are would mean that when this person is coming to you, is coming to you a bit seasoned. You're a bit in your own. You know what you want. You know. And then when they come to you, they match that energy.
Right.
So you definitely avoid certain clashes that you're having now.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But what I think the disadvantage of that is it might make you a bit more strict, not open-minded. So you might still struggle in that. Because so you might not struggle anymore because of meeting you as where you are. Yeah. And then you guys are moving at that pace.
But you won't be as flexible.
But you might now struggle in another sense of you're not as flexible. And then why are you not flexible? Compromise. Why are you not compromising? Yeah. I feel like at the stage that we got married, it was easy for us to compromise a lot.
Yes. Yeah, we're in that molding stage.
Yeah, so we're learning ourselves, and I think the advantage of that, I've always felt like getting married early is the best thing I would have done for myself, because the advantage of that is now, as I'm trying to figure out myself to an extent, because your partner is a bit more experienced and older, you have that guidance. So you're not making like silly mistakes. That person has your best interest at heart. So as you're trying to figure out yourself and what you want, he's sort of nudging you in the right direction. Yeah. Is it nudging or nodding?
Nudging. I think you can use either. Yeah.
So I think there's advantages and disadvantages, but I think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, to be honest.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think so.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It just came to that thought. I don't know why I was thinking. I was just like, I don't know. I know why. Actually, I was speaking to a colleague of mine, and she's the type of person that she's way older than me anyway. She's experienced. So she was just telling me that she's got this. She's got a diagnosis, right, of like OCD and stuff. Right. Oh, okay. So she's very, even at work, she's like that, very like, she wants things done a certain way. Obviously, we have to understand because that's a diagnosis.
Difficult to...
So now that's where it came. So we were just chatting about like things, and she was telling me about, how like, she's not with her partner because she was just saying she can't live with other people. Do you get me?
For her now, she will struggle to find a man who's willing to put up with that.
So she like they're still married, but they live separately. Like he's even in a different country because she's from that country. They are both from that country, but she moved here for a bit. So she goes back and forth. So she was saying it like, while she was telling me, I was just like, whoa! It was a different experience for me altogether because obviously what I know is husband and wife partners you together, but she was like she can't because everything would irritate her. Like at the early years of their marriage, they lived together and little things pissed her off. Like, you didn't put the seat down, it was a fight. You did this, you put the toothpaste a certain way, it's an issue. So that was what the thought came from. And I was now thinking like, could that be a thing? Like I was looking at the pro, like the advantage of having being that type of way, not necessarily the diagnosis, but like having knowing who you are to that extent of okay, this is
I feel like people who already know themselves are good with that and do not settle until they get to that point where they're desperate.
Yeah.
And then they say, "Oh, I'll bend," and then they bend, get married, and then when they get married, they now come out of their shell and they're like, "I don't want to bend anymore because this is me."
Yeah. And then it's
it
like
becomes a bigger problem. You guys, let us know in the comment section. What do you think? Let us know what you think the advantages are of getting married early and what the disadvantages are.
Yeah, if you've gotten married early or you've gotten married at a later stage of life, let us know. It'll be interesting to find out because we only know what we know, innit?
We know exactly.
So it'll be nice to find out the difference in
opinions and stuff.
Yeah.
You guys, thank you so much for watching this episode.
Yeah, this was a quick one, guys.
It was a quick one. If you got to this point of this episode, do not forget to like, share, comment, all that good stuff.
It's so bad. Like everything, like a little animation character.
Like, comment, share, share to people around you. And we'll see you guys in our next one. Love.
Always. Bye. Mwah.